If you didn't know already, base movement speed and sprint movement speed are determined by the weapon that you are holding. Weapons have 4 different speed stats: movement speed while firing, movement speed while aiming, and finally, sprint speed. Currently, only 2 sprint speeds are in the game, 750 and 800. As my first tip for moving quickly, I'd recommend having at least one 800 weapon that you can switch to when moving across the map. You'll be 6.6% quicker than without it, and that's assuming that you have no movement speed buffs, which amplify the differences between these two numbers. Since 800 sprint speed is the maximum, that should be the end of the video, right? It would be, except for one curious item in the game: Millennium Frost. This pistol is the fastest in the game for all available stats, with a flat 675 across the board for standard movement speed while firing, movement speed while aiming, and the top end 800 sprint speed. Now, this would just be a random fact without much importance if it wasn't for one module that exists in the game: Special Forces. This module increases your movement speed while aiming, and it just so happens that multiplying 20% by Millennium Frost's aiming speed of 675 turns it into 810. That's right, you'll move 1.25% faster while aiming down sight with Millennium Frost than if you were just sprinting with it. You can even shoot, but since the reload animation kicks you out of aiming, you'll revert to 675 when you're grabbing a new clip, so it will slow you down in the long run. Grabbing a Millennium Frost and aiming it to travel faster would be the end of this video if it wasn't for one other thing: rolling. Turns out that not only is rolling better than sprinting, but it's a lot better than sprinting. Let's compare Blair sprinting to Blair rolling. Rolling Blair gets to the tree long before his sprinting counterpart, and this is especially important for characters that don't have any ability to buff their movement or sprint speed. The animation speed for rolling isn't affected by anything, so it doesn't matter what your sprint speed is or the weapon that you're holding, you'll roll at the same pace. Even for characters with the ability to increase their sprint speed, rolling can be more efficient. Let's take a look at Viessa. Viessa's Frostroad ability grants her a movement speed increase of 30%. Despite this, it's technically quicker to roll on her, but it is marginal at best. That said, not all rolls are equal, and Viessa's is the best in the game, at least of the Descendants that I've unlocked. See, rolls are good or bad depending on how long you're locked out of rolling again, and for Viessa, there's essentially 0 cooldown. Other characters, such as Default Bunny, have a long cooldown on re-rolling. You can see this cooldown by observing the length of time that other abilities are castable between rolls. Viessa's near 0 cooldown makes her much better than Bunny in a rolling race. Curiously, Alt Bunny has a better animation than normal Bunny. It's not as good as Viessa's, but it's okay. Although Bunny's sprint is quicker than her rolling, the animation difference isn't trivial. If you're on 0 MP, you can activate electric charges more frequently by rolling than you can sprinting. This does result in a material DPS advantage for Ultimate Bunny. One last tip: although your sprint is a toggle, it remembers your choice even if you stop sprinting, so you only need to toggle it once when you enter a zone. Sadly, it doesn't remember your choice when porting to a new location. The bottom line here is that unless you're playing Bunny, it's probably better for you to be rolling everywhere instead of sprinting. Are you going to look stupid? Sure, but you'll be stupid and fast, which is way better than just being stupid. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe for more TFD videos.